Greetings, brothers and sisters. How are you today? This is Yasha in Israel. Back at you one more again. Yes, one more again. Yes, I'm just letting you all know that tonight I'm scheduled to debate Davion. You all know Davion. Davion is Judah Nash's flunky over there in Torah Knights. Yep, I'm scheduled to debate him tonight. I'm just having some crazy problems with this computer, but other than that, I should be over there. There's some crazy things that's been going on concerning the debate. You know, it's funny that all of the prelims, that we was having, and all of the pre-discussions or anything like that we were having, or things of that nature, right? They all were taken down. The show that I went on with Saneter and where Davion actually called me out, him and Judah Nash, that show I think has been taken down. And the show that I went on over there with those guys, Torah Knights, a day or two ago was taken down. 2 days ago was taken down. And these shows, there were no cursing, there were no fighting. There were none of these things involved, but yet those debates were taken down. You know what I'm saying? And then those, not debates, but discussions, they were taken down. That's a red flag. Several red flags. There's been a little muddying of the waters here where things that were set and clear, people from the HOK made it not so clear. So it's scheduled for 8:00. That's what the clarity was. And for today, then he took the show down because it was said that he wasn't able to do it for Sunday and that he was going to reschedule for another day. So on Judah Nash's show, Judah Nash and Davion were saying that Saneter, after I had left the show, Saneter had changed it, But I was not made aware of that. They were, Nepal was made aware of it. Nepal came over there to Judah Nash channel to confirm such a thing. They invited me to come up on the channel, but he has EB Mux, which would not allow my phone. I don't know which one I was on at the time. I have an Android and I have an iPhone. But in the event, I tried both of them and I couldn't get on the show. It's probably some little nuances between EB Mux and a StreamYard that I don't know. When I first came into StreamYard, I had a hard time, and a lot of people have a hard time getting into StreamYard when it's really, 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 really easy. But me and Judah Nash supposed to, not Judah Nash, Judah Nash's confidant, his spiritual companion. He's supposed to get it in with Yasha tonight at 8:00. So, but what was said, I probably shouldn't say it, and it doesn't need to be said, but I'm gonna say it for the record. There was a little mudding of the water that took place in the changing of the dates. So, last I know, it was confirmed with me and Saneter today at 8 p.m. Okay, so the debate is supposed to go down at 8 p.m. I have a feeling that it's supposed to go down today at 8. But I think that they're going to do everything they can to save the Torah Knights and go ahead and push forward by 5. If they push forward by 5, what's going to happen is that I'm not going to show up. I'm going to be in the audience, but I'm not going to show up because at 5 o'clock I will be just getting in from the second half of the movie shoot that we was doing. We've been filming all weekend. We're doing a movie about my life when I was a rapper, where it's going to be a little satirical. It's not an autobiography, but it's a movie, that talks about my struggle in the music, uh, in hip hop industry as a pioneer of the rap game. And I'm playing the lead role in it. We'll be doing that in about an hour and a half. I'll be leaving out of here about 11:30. I'm about to go and get dressed and everything now pretty soon. What time is it now? I think it's 10 o'clock now. Yeah, so I'll be going in there and getting dressed in about half hour. Uh, yeah, so yeah, that's what I think is going to happen because Napa came over there and Judah Nash, they were scheduling it for next Saturday. Davion, they all agreed to do it next Saturday, including myself. Hey, whatever. I'm the guy that I have probably more free time than those guys do. I'm my own boss. But that being stated, uh, the debate should go on today at 8. But I believe that there's going to be some confusion about it because when Saneter came on the show, he came on the show after me and Napa and Davion and Judah Nash had set up another date. The reason why I'm concerned that there would be an issue is because the last time that we all talked on Judah Nash's show is that we all confirmed that today we would have a little spar about 5. Hold on for a second. Yeah, today is Sunday, so I'm expecting some people to come through too to see my mom. So I had to go out there and see who that was. But anywho, yeah, we were all we all had this agreement. And Saneter came on the show and they were discussing things. He kind of distracted what we were doing somewhat. And I don't know. I know he knows that we were on the show because he saw us because that's how he came over there. But I don't know to what degree, what he heard or whatnot. But he came over there and he straightened up some things. So I don't think he really touched upon me and Davion's encounter for today. So we all was up under the same idea that it would be for next week, the debate, when we ended the show. The show didn't end right after that, it didn't. Cube got on there and he did some things, and Cube kind of embarrassed those guys with his questioning. I was watching it. I didn't want to be up there because I didn't want to, distract from what those guys were doing, but they are a distraction themselves. But yeah, so Cube did his thing up there. Cube was asking them guys some really good questions, and I'll tell you all about that. You know, Cube got on their butt. When Cube got on him, I swear he got on him. And when he got on him, they got the fumbling, fumbling around and stuff, couldn't really answer the question. They really kind of looked bad. So they took the video down. And that they took the video down hoping that I did not get it or hoping that nobody would clip it. You understand what I'm saying? But in doing that, they have a receipt. This is why something could happen in this debate where there could be a discrepancy with time, because they're the receipt that they have. We all agreed with Saneter on the video, right, that it would be for next week. I called Saneter. Saneter said that he would. In fact, what he did say in reference to me was that he was going to call me Saturday. Saturday, I called him like 2 times, I think 2 or 3 times. I guess he was busy. He couldn't answer. So I texted him, my inquiry about the debate, and I let him know that we had, a discrepancy with time, I think, and, that we was going to do it next week. And he was like, oh, no, brother, the debate is Sunday. So I don't even know whether they even know that the debate is today, but they do know to come over there for the spar. But the crazy part is they know that. So in any event, there is a spar or a debate or debate scheduled for today. Somewhere between 5 and 8. If the debate is at 5, it may be a hard time that I be there because I'm reaching out and I'm reaching out and I'm reaching out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not really getting no answers, And I'm not the type of guy that want to just keep reaching out and keep reaching out. And I'm not getting no real answers, you know what I'm saying? No real responses. I'm not that kind of guy. And I mean, is it important to me to get up there and do this? It's not important to me to do it, but I do think that it's important that it get done. It's not important to me out of my own selfishness, but the information that I am going to bring forth on tonight, I think needs to be aired, and it needs to be heard, and it needs to be felt and understood. It's just that when we have these little issues like that, based on my history with the HOK, I have never debated over there before. This is my first time. I've always sparred. And there's always been a level of hogging and employee making on for my opponents on the HOK. I don't know what benefit Saneter would get out of 2 Israelites debating and cheating employing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what benefit he would get out of that. But I sense some bull crap in the midst. And the bull crap might just be that bull crap. It may be some crap not even purposed. You know what I'm saying? It just may be a simple, honest misunderstanding in the time. I am going to make it my duty to try to be there. I'm going to make it my duty to be there at 5. But That's like 5. I mean, at 5, I'll be willing to want to just go head on with the debate. You know, if that's what if they meet up over there at 5. Uh, I don't know what'll happen over there. At 8 o'clock. I don't know whether Davion is going to show up or not, and I don't think that he would not show up out of fear, because Lord knows that man does not fear Yasha ben Israel. He should. He's kind of stupid and silly for not. And he's very stupid and silly for being disrespectful. I'm that man's elder by a decade or two. You know what I'm saying? That man ain't even in his 40s. I'm in my 50s. And this man wants to challenge and to debate Yasha. And it's really kind of silly. When he should be sitting down learning from Yasha. And with decency, nor does things in order. It does things to spike and spark views. And therefore, I expect everything to go against me, all of the odds against me on tonight. Why? Because I'm not the most liked character on the HOK. That's one thing for certain. The audience uniquely doesn't beat me up. The audience embraced me, or HOK. And the HOK audience has almost always embraced Yasha from the beginning. There's been people in the audience, that have said crazy things. I mean, but that's the HOK audience. When I'm in the HOK audience, I say crazy things because more than a panelist, I am one of Saneter's audiences, right? So I get that. But there's always been ploys and things done, to try to make Yasha appear to be less of anything that he's ever presented himself to be. You know what I'm saying? There's been always challenges, always pushbacks. You know what I'm saying? Nothing over there was ever received easily. And I expect that because that's what he called a toughest environment to be in. It may not be Saneter. It may be Apostle that's giving me pushback. It may be someone else on the panel that's giving me pushback. But yeah, the debate should go down tonight, and I'm praying that it does, because there's some things that I would like to say about this Lashawan Kadesh knockoff language that the Torah Knights is trying to introduce, called Yahweh Dayath. You know what I'm saying? And my proposal is that no such language as Yahweh Dayath exists, and no such word as Yahweh Dayath exists. And that's my position that I'll be coming from on tonight. Well, it's getting late. I'm going to go ahead on and get things rolling so I can get ready to get up on out of here. I ain't long getting up. But that being that, I see you all a little later on tonight. Y'all meet me over there. I was going to be on one of the Saneter channels, probably the HOK Coliseum, the Debate channel. It's probably going to be over there, or it just might be on the House of Consciousness. He doesn't do much over on the Saneter Studios channel anymore. That was the channel that I was introduced to Saneter on. It was that channel. For some reason, he's not doing anything with it, but that'll be that. But tonight, I got some good information in store for you all if everything goes well. I don't care about winning. I'm already a winner. I'm winning even if I lose. But it would be a trick to it if young Davion beat me. You know, I've been in this stuff, man, over 3 decades. I've been in this stuff over half that man's lifetime. You know, if more closer to all of his lifetime. Yeah. But that being that, I am out of here, and I would like for you all to meet me over there. Show me some support. I think it's going to be the House of Consciousness Debate League channel. But that be that. I am out.